Hey, it's Barça here, and as you've seen in the title, I think Eric Garcia doesn't get the recognition he deserves, especially after his performances this season thus far. He's been great and I think he gets underrated a lot, so make sure to stay tuned as we discover how good he actually is, because Eric Garcia definitely deserves some of our attention. After last season, I think there were a lot of mixed opinions about Eric Garcia. He had definitely showed promising signs already, made good interceptions regularly, was good with the ball in his feet and so on. But he also had moments that his positioning wasn't good or that he wasn't sharp enough when going for a tackle or an interception. So after the season there were doubts about him too, but overall he was still just a young central back, so no one had really given up on him. Though a lot of people saw Ronald Araujo as our only real good defender. This summer Barca's defense got strengthened of course, with Andreas Christensen and Jules Koundé. At the moment they signed, it definitely looked as if Eric Garcia would only be Xavi's fourth option, which is logical if you think about it. Araujo had been Barca's best defender last season, Koundé had been one of La Liga's best defenders for years already, if not La Liga's single best defender, and Christensen was a reliable centre-back at Chelsea, and if he didn't get game time there, it was mostly because of injuries. And what was Eric Garcia? A promising young centre-back who's brought up in La Masia and is good with the ball on his feet. He had definitely not proven as much as the other three. And when it comes to Piqué, it's not a secret that Xavi doesn't really count on him anymore, so he'll always be the fifth option this season. In the first 3 games of La Liga, Eric Garcia played a full 90 minutes though, something that most probably wouldn't have expected. He played next to Araujo most of the times and Koundé played at right back, so he seemed to be above Christensen in Xavi's pecking order. And the fact that it was staying that way meant only one thing: he was performing very well. In those first 3 games, Barcelona only conceded 1 goal, which was against Real Sociedad. And maybe he wasn't close enough to Isaac, but if you rewatch that goal, you'll see Isaac was also quite lucky because it took a deflection of Eric Garcia, so you couldn't really blame him either. But apart from that, he was near perfect. On the ball he was patient and composed, he rarely made any bad pass, and when defending he often closed down spaces very quickly to avoid a dangerous attack. He was showing that he had progressed. And away to Sevilla he also started the game, and he even scored. It was just a matter of being at the right place at the right time though. Apart from that, he again had an impeccable performance. When it comes to the following games, he played a full game against Elche and was again very good, though defending isn't really difficult when you've got the ball all the time. And in Europe he didn't play against Pilsen and only got 20 minutes against Bayern Munich. In that game Barca were already 2-0 down, so you can't really blame Eric Garcia for that loss. What's more, he might have even prevented some of the damage to happen. Definitely with the second goal, where Leroy Sané just got way too much room to run into. So after the first month and a half of the season, it's fair to say that he's been great. And many probably didn't consider him such an important player for Barca before the season. Compared to last season, I think he's made a lot of progress. He shows way more maturity and just seems to play with more confidence overall. Last season he would sometimes misplace a certain pass or not mark his attacker well enough. That's what has changed now. He doesn't make those little mistakes anymore. Of course he's not perfect and he will still make some mistakes, but in just one summer he's improved a lot. And since he's only 21 years old, who knows how good he might become. All the hype mainly goes to Koundé and Araujo, and deservedly so. They're 2 of the best centre backs in the world at the age of 23. But Eric Garcia might become better than them in the long term. And I'm completely serious when I say that. He's just the perfect Barca defender with this way of playing, and I think a lot of Barca fans don't really realize how blessed we are to have him in our team. He's crucial for Barca and he's got the potential to become a Barca legend, so it's only a matter of time before he gets the recognition that he deserves. That was it for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share your own opinion on Eric Garcia in the comments down below. Força Barça and have a good day.